This would have been, season 19 for you with the Red Sox?
Yeah, I started in '02. I was the sideline reporter for the Red Sox, a couple of years of that, and I've been a host now since 2004, which was a good year to start being the host, breaking the curse. I'll be celebrating my 25th year at NESN in August. But yeah, it would be 19 seasons whenever we get this season started.
Now, this is obviously very weird. It's very weird circumstances for everybody, but I think as we were all watching everything unfold rather quickly as coronavirus came into the States, where were you and how quickly did things change for you?
Yeah, well, I was at spring training and everything changed very quickly. We'd been down there for about a month and a half in Fort Myers, and you're really in a bubble there because you're just looking ahead to the season and you're doing stories and interviews and covering games. And we went from Wednesday, the 11th, I guess it was, to at that point, I was making travel plans to go to the East Coast of Florida to do a couple of games. I was going to do play-by-play in Jupiter and West Palm. The next day was an off day on the schedule, so we were at the ballpark just getting some stuff done. And all of a sudden, we were told, get out of the clubhouse or get out of the facility completely. Everything was being shut down. That was the day the NHL shut down, the night before the NBA shut down. In a 24-hour span, we went from planning for games that weekend to trying to figure out how we were going to get home and sit down with everybody else and self-isolate and social distance and all the words we had never heard of yet at that point.
So how long have you been social distancing from your razor?
Yeah. When I got home on Friday the 13th, the next week I was hosting some shows for NESN, but then when the governor of Massachusetts put a sort of shelter in place request out there, NESN decided to go a couple weeks with no live shows. So I decided, like a lot of other people, I've talked to a lot of friends who have beards going right now. The quarantine beard is all the rage right now. So this is about a week, a little over a week. It needs to fill in a little bit here.
Do you get to that point though where it just gets too annoying? Are you gonna end up shaving it off before you have to, or do you think you're gonna go David Letterman style and just have something that looks crazy?
Yeah, I can't imagine ever doing the David Letterman or Joe Thornton, the hockey player, or ZZ Top if you're a rock fan. I don't think I could pull that off. A couple of years I had the goatee, and in full disclosure, you have to color it in because it gets real gray. And there was a whole meme on Twitter for a while, Evil TC, because I really look like a tough guy, which is not my persona. So maybe, I don't know. My wife might get tired of it, and that's when it'll come off.
And what about, this is something that's concerned me. What about haircuts? What are you going to do with that? Are you going to end up with a man bun?
Yeah, I don't know. My son lives in Burlington, Vermont, and he's in a band, and he literally has hair down to his elbows. He hasn't cut his hair in 4 years, I don't think. I don't think I'll ever get to that. And it looks pretty well. I mean, I got a lot of product in there for you today, Dan. I hope you appreciate that. But for the most part, I haven't had a haircut since before I went to spring training. It's a mess. I don't know what we're going to do. We'll be wearing baseball caps, I think, on the air before too long.